Hello to the team at Promised Land Construction, LLC. My name's Jeff Bradley. I work with businesses to get their websites ranked higher in Google search, and I wanted to make you this quick video to show you a couple of really simple things you can do to your website that will greatly improve your Google ranking and multiply your monthly revenue. And I'm going to show you some key numbers and metrics from inside your top 3 competitors' websites to show you why they are currently outranking you and what needs to be done for you to close that gap so you can beat them in the rankings. So first, I checked your ranking and I could not find you anywhere. I looked on your website and I see that you do bathroom remodels. Now, the keyword bathroom remodel is an extremely high traffic volume keyword right now. There are 80,000 searches per month for that keyword nationwide, and I know that in the Puget Sound area there are over 1,000 searches per month for that keyword, people looking for that service. So that is a huge service, and with you not ranking or me being unable to find you, that's a huge number of people not seeing you. So what I did was I went to Google search, I typed in bathroom remodel Oakville, Washington, and I came up and here's page 1. Now the first thing that I notice is that page 1 is also almost exclusively filled with directories. There's Yelp, Angie, Green Institute, House, Dex, Home Advisor, and actually there is only one business, one organically ranking business on page 1 of Google. Now this is very odd. 92% of people searching on Google never look past page 1, which means that if you're on page 2 or beyond, no one will ever see you. Now, the one possible exception to this is in a circumstance like this, when page 1 is completely dominated by directories. There is a little hidden secret Google doesn't want anybody to know. But they have done polls, and over 70% of people searching on Google bypass these directories. They're not interested in looking in directories. They figure anybody can buy their way into a directory, I think is the subconscious thinking here. They'll always go to the organically ranked businesses. And in this case, since they are all being pushed onto page 2, I think that a lot of people are going to go onto page 2 in this particular search. But what we have here is currently your number 1 competitor for Oakville anyway. And what we see here is, well, first of all, the very first thing Google looks at when ranking a website is your title tag. And the title tags are all these blue lines of text. And here is 5-Star Bath Solutions title tag. And there is a format that Google wants to see in how a title tag is laid out. And these people are doing it right. The title tag needs to contain 3 pieces of information. Number 1, it needs to have the niche. In this case, it's bathroom remodeling, the niche or the service. The second thing that needs to be there is the location. And I don't see the location here. Maybe if I clicked on it, it's the ... it's extending out. But the third thing is then the company's name. So in any case, the important information is here. Bathroom remodeling. They didn't need to put the number 1. Simply bathroom remodeling. So in your business's case, ranking for bathroom remodeling, I would advise your title tag to be bathroom remodeling dash Oakville, Washington dash and then your business's name, Promised Land Construction. That would be your ideal title tag. Now, since we're on your website, I'm going to open up this scanning tool and we're going to see that currently your title tag, which is here, is home. So if we were able to find your listing in the Google search, your blue line of text, your title tag, would read home. Now the problem with that is that nobody searching for bathroom remodeling or any of the services that you offer nobody would ever type in the word home in their search. They would type in one of those keywords, those search words. So this is confusion issue number 1. These title tags are telling Google what it is the business wants to rank for. It's also telling Google that these are the very keywords that you want, or that they want people to use to find them with. So in your case, as I suggested, your title tag should read bathroom remodel, Oakville, Washington, Promised Land construction. And of course I realize you offer other services too, a great many of them, and we would use that same formula for all of your services. And ideally we would take a look at your website architecture, and we would create an individual page for each one of those services, and then give each page its own blue title tag, so that you would be able to rank individually for all of those services. Now, this is, as I said, confusion issue number 1 for Google. Google doesn't know what it is that you want to rank for if you simply have the word home in your title tag. Now, the second thing that Google looks at when ranking a website is your H1. The H1 also tells Google what it is that you want to rank for, and it also tells Google the very keywords that you want people to use to find you with. Now, the H1 needs to match precisely your home tag, your title tag. There needs to be a one-to-one correspondence. So obviously your H1 is not matching your title tag. And anyway, your H1 does not contain any of the keywords that anybody would use in a search to find your services. And a third problem here is that you have more than one H1. Anytime you have more than one of these, it confuses Google, and when all this confusion is going on, basically what's going to happen is Google is going to be unable to direct anybody to you. Google's not going to know who to direct to you in a search, and consequently Google will red flag and demote your website, or at least prevent you from rising in the rankings. So these fixes alone would have a huge impact on your Google ranking, because they would begin to create a crystal clear channel of communication between your website and Google's algorithm. So this is the foundation of what all other on-page SEO, search engine optimization methods are based on. They work off of these title tag and H1s being properly dialed in. So once Google is clear on what you want to rank for, the next thing that Google looks at is your backlink profile. And it's one of the first things that Google uses to measure the quality, authority, and the trust of your website. And we can use the backlink metric to measure your site in comparison to your competitors' websites to find out where you stand in comparison to the sites that are grabbing all the new business. And it lets us see what needs to be done to close that gap between you and them, and what it will take to overtake and pass them in the rankings. So I've got another tool over here. I've already plugged in your website and looked up your backlink profile. And right now, as we can see, you don't have any data there. There's no backlinks happening. Now, backlinks are when outside sources are linking to your website. And depending on the ranking power of those websites, they will transfer some of that ranking power to you through these backlinks. So the more backlinks you have with high-ranking authoritative sites, the more ranking power is being transferred to your site as well. And then Google uses the backlink data to calculate the UR, which is your URL rating. The higher this is, the better. It's scored on a scale from 0 to 100. So, and as you can see, because you have no backlinks, there's no data upon which to calculate your URL ranking. So I wanted to show you what some of your competitors are doing in this area. First of all, bathroom remodeling, shower conversions, welcome tips, 5-star bath solutions. They have 20,000 backlinks. Now, when I saw that, I about flipped out. That's an insane amount of backlinks. But then I got to looking closer, and things are not as they first appear. With this many backlinks, they should have a UR rating up in the 70s and 80s or higher. But they're ranked down here fairly low. This is not impressive. And then we look over here. 20,000, almost 21,000 backlinks are coming from 926 different sources. Now, there should be thousands of sources here referring over to this site. So there's not that many sites passing ranking power to this site. So this is not as impressive as it first appears. I would have to do a more of a deep dive to figure out what's going on here, but this is not at all as impressive as it first appears, as I said. Now let's go back to the second of your competitors. This is Joel Cole Construction, and if not for all of the directories on page 1, they would probably be on page 1. Just because currently they are number 1 on page 2. So they would be bumped up to page 1 if not for all of those directories. But as we see here, they only have 80 backlinks. And for some reason, there's not enough data happening here to calculate their overall URL score. Now this is really odd too. Something's not right. And I would have to do a deep dive here as well to figure out what's going on. Only 44 referring outside sources for these backlinks. So this is not a very huge backlink profile. It's not impressive at all, but yet they are the top of page 2 and would probably be on page 1 for the Oakville search results, if not for all those directories. Now, this one surprised me here. This is your third competitor. This is amazing. They have almost 30,000 backlinks, and that seems crazy. How do you get 30,000 backlinks? That's insane. However, they're all coming from only 127 sources. There is something really not right here. This should send up major red flags to Google. And in fact it does, because if we look over here, we see the overall ranking for this site on a scale from 0 to 99 is 1. That's as bad as you can get without having 0 here. So there's something definitely not right here. When we add all this together, what this is showing me is that the top 3 competitors in your area, at least for the Oakville rankings, these top 3 competitors are not out of your reach. They are not beyond your reach to catch up and overtake them with a carefully planned campaign of backlink building. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview of this, give you an idea where you stand. I know you have, you're starting from ground zero here, nothing really happening, but the top 3 businesses that are capturing all of the bathroom remodel jobs in your area, they are not really that far beyond your reach. It's very doable, and in a very short period of time, we could overtake them. So I just wanted to point this stuff out to you. It's very interesting, and I know it can be very complicated. But if you'd like to know more about this, just let me know. We could have a quick chat about it. I'd be happy to answer all your questions and try to simplify things as best as I can. But I just thought that if you were able to take a look at this, you could see where you stand. 1, no data. 39, when this business should be up in the 70 to 80 to 90 range. This is not beyond your reach. So I hope that this gave you something to think about, and I'd be happy to answer all your questions. This is very doable, so I'd love to be able to work with you on this and get you onto page 1. Because if I have not mentioned it before, being on page 1 of Google will triple or quadruple your monthly revenue. So page 1 is where all the action is. It's where all your new customers are. So let me know if you have any questions. Sorry for the length of this video. I intended it to be about 8 minutes long. I almost doubled that. So appreciate your interest in this, and I look forward to hearing back from you. Let me know, and we can have a quick chat about it. So hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye now.